In today's video, we're going to create this product showcase PowerPoint presentation. So let's get started. I currently already have PowerPoint open and I've created a blank presentation, so you can go ahead and do that. So I'm going to just select both of these text boxes and delete. We're going to start with an image, so I'm just going to go to Insert, Pictures, Stock Images, and I'll give this a moment to load. What we're going to search for is products, and I'm just going to search for that, and we're just going to scroll down a bit, and this is the image we're going to use for this presentation, and I'm just going to insert that. Now that we've downloaded our image, let's just move it to the right. Now go to Insert, Shapes, and scroll down to Flowchart, and then select this shape. I'm just going to click to import that. Change the height to 21. Next, what you're going to do is rotate it to this direction and just extend it to the bottom of our chart, so to cover this entire chart, the length of our chart. Remove the outline. What we're going to do next now is, while the shape is selected, go over here to edit shape and then edit points. So we're going to move this point till our mouse is on 1, and I'm just going to try my best to align it properly like that. So escape to close that dialog, select the shape, go to shape fill, change the fill to white. Next, let's insert our title. So go to insert, text box, and I'm going to come over here, and our title is product showcase, and somewhere around here I'm just going to paste and select the entire text box, and we're going to be using Sitka heading, and I'm going to use semi-bold. I'm going to change the size to 80. I'm going to extend this like this. Let me move this up a bit so I'll give myself more space to work with. Once again, let's insert another text box. So go to insert text box. We're going to grab this lorem ipsum text. You can Google it if you want, but I'll also put a link to where you can download the exact, because I'm going to be going for an exact number of words or a certain number of lines. But if you want to use your own, like asking Copilot to generate lorem ipsum text, or you want to Google it, you can go ahead and Google it. This I Googled, so I'm just going to copy that and I'm going to paste. I'm going to select the text box. This time it's going to be Sitka display, and the size is going to be 24, and I want this on 2 lines. And I'm just going to align both of them and maybe give it a bit of space like that. Select both of them and then group it. Now let's add some details to make our title slide more interesting. So I'm going to go to shapes and I'm going to select a triangle, and I'm just going to insert a single triangle. Now I'm going to change the height to 0.9 and the width is going to be 1.26, and we're going to have this. Now select the rectangle, go to fill, select no fill, go to shape outline, and then make the weight 6 points. Now for the outline color, I'm just going to go to more outline colors. Let me go to my notes, and I'm going to copy this color, and we're going to go ahead and paste this, and this is the color. I'm going to hold shift and then rotate this to this other direction. Next, let's create copies of this. So I'm just going to hold Ctrl and Shift and I'm going to create another copy of this rectangle, create another copy of this triangle, sorry, and I'm going to select all three. Let me just select all three and group them, and just place it, let's say, around here like this. Let's insert a rectangle, go to shapes, select rectangle, and I'm just going to draw one here. Go to outline, set it to no outline, go to fill, and use this green color and bring it here. The height is going to be 8 and the width is going to be 1.7, and let's bring this here. Now I'm just going to, let me move this to this side, let's say around here. I'm also going to move this a bit side to touch the bottom of that the title text. So let's go to shapes, circle, and I'm just going to click and insert a circle. Remove the outline and change the fill to that green color. Now change the height to 0.2 and the width is going to be 0.2. Let me get a bit closer so we can see it. And I'm just going to create a copy of this using Ctrl and Shift to create a copy while keeping it aligned. And I'm just going to give it that space, create another copy. I'm still holding Ctrl and Shift. Make sure their spacing is equal. Once again, I'm still holding Ctrl and Shift. And now we have these 4 dots. Now I can select all 4 and then use Ctrl and Shift and then create another group of copies and just bring it down like this. Once again, Ctrl and Shift, and PowerPoint is indicating when we have equal spacing. So I'm just going to stop here for now, but what we were going for is 21 rows of these 4 dots. I'm just going to pause the recording and just create rows of dots. Okay, I've created my 21 rows of these 4 dots. I'm going to be very honest with you. When I created this project, when I was creating this particular template, I didn't create this, neither did I create this from scratch. I'll just encourage you, when I use Figma has variable library where you can have variables, or you can save components that you can reuse. So I could have saved this as a component and reuse it across all projects, but PowerPoint doesn't have that option. So what I tend to do is I'll save things like this. Instead of recreating them every time, I'll just have a separate PowerPoint presentation that is just to keep, I just named it assets, and anytime I need any elements like something like this or something like this, I have a lot of all those little things that I don't want to recreate every time. All I want to do is change the color or the size. I already have it saved. So I'll encourage you to create a separate PowerPoint presentation where you keep small elements like this. So all you have to do is copy and paste them. All right, enough talking, more working. So I'm just going to copy all of this, select all of that, and I'm going to group it. Let me return back to the full view, and then I can just bring it, let's say, right around here. I'm trying to figure out where I'll put it. Okay, yeah, we have that. So that's the final detail. We just added some random elements to make our title slide more visually interesting. So let's see it in the slideshow view, and yeah, this is it. This is our title slide done. Let's move on to the next slide. So I'm just going to go to new slide and I'm going to create a blank slide. Go to insert text box and we're going to grab the first title, which is introduction, and I'm just going to paste it here. Select the text box, change the font to Sitka, heading semi-bold, and size is 44. Now let's create another text box. Insert text box. I'm going to copy this text and I'm just going to paste it here. Let's increase the width. I'm going to change this to Sitka display size is 24. Let's increase the width till we have something like this. Let me just I'm going to move it here and align it to this one. You know what, let's make it 7 lines. So if you want to use exactly the same although it's lorem ipsum text I'm using, if you want to use exactly the same text I'm using, the link will be in the description below, but you can also generate yours. Just ask Copilot or just Google it. Let me move this upward. We probably will still move it again when we add our other elements, and then we'll figure out the final spacing. Go to Insert, Shapes. Let's insert an oval. I'm just going to click there. Now change this to 8.75 and the width 8.75, and I'm just going to bring this one, let's say around here, and we're going to create a copy. I'm going to use Control, and I'm going to bring another one, let's see around here. So let me zoom out a bit. This bottom one, remove the outline, change the fill to the green color we've been using and lime green color. Select this one. This time select the fill and make it no fill. The shape outline, go to more outline colors, and I'm going to use this color 1BB F94. I didn't even want to bother adding it to this design because we're going to use it just once. So now that we have this, let's trim this excess. So let's go to Home or Insert, Shapes, Rectangle, and I'm just going to draw a rectangle here. I'm going to create a copy first, and I'm going to bring it very close. Now I'm just going to move this out. I don't want to get too close so that we'll have the excess line showing in our presentation just in case. So select this circle, select the rectangle, go to the merge options, subtract, and then we'll trim that down. We'll trim it down again. Come here. Once again, I'm going to move this rectangle down a bit. Select this circle, this one, merge options, subtract. Now let's do this for this circle as well. I'm going to create a copy, bring it here, select the circle, then the rectangle, subtract. Now we'll just grab this entire rectangle and just bring it around here. Select this circle, the rectangle, subtract, and yeah, we have this. I'm just going to return it back to fit the screen. Now let's insert another shape, which is going to be a rectangle. I'm just going to grab a rectangle, the fill, change it to our light green color, shape outline, no outline. Height is going to be 14.7. Sorry, it's supposed to be 14.7, and the height is going to be 12.45. I'm going to bring it here. Let's go and grab our first image. The links to all of these images will be in the description below. I'm just going to select this image and I'm going to bring it into our presentation. Change the width to 10.2. And I'm just going to move this till it's centered and around here like this. I'm just going to select this too, and I'm going to move it up and a bit to the left like this. Escape, and yeah, that's it. Let's say it's in the presentation view, and we're done with this slide. Let's move to the next slide. So we'll create a new slide. We'll go to Insert, Pictures, Stock Images, and we're just going to give this a moment to load. Once again, we'll search Products, and I'm just going to scroll down a bit, and this is the image I want. I'm just going to insert that. let's change the width to 13, and I'm just going to move this till it's around here. Next, let's go to insert. Let's grab a shape. So go to shapes, rectangle. I'm just going to start like this. Remove the outline, change the fill to green color. Just move this all the way to the right, move this all the way to the top, and move this till it's at the center point. That's at 0 here, and then just extend it till it covers the entire half of our slide. Now let's go to shapes once more, rectangle, and I'm just going to draw this here. Now for the fill, no fill, and the shape outline is going to be white, and I'm just going to move this like this. Now the height is going to be 13.45, and the width is going to be 14.6, and I'm just going to let me select this, and I'm going to move it till it's centered on this rectangle like this. For the final detail, select this outline and let's increase the weight to 3 points. Now let's go to insert text box, and I'm going to grab the heading, which is the title, which is about us, and I'm going to paste that here. Then we're going to select the entire text box. Let's grab our heading text, which is Sitka heading semi-bold, size is 44. I'm going to increase the width so that it will fit. Once again, go to insert text box. Let's grab our text. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to paste this here. Select the entire text box, change the font to our body font, which is Sitka display, size is 24. And I'm going to extend this a bit. Let me move this. I want my text to be on 8 lines, so this is fine, but let me just maybe reduce it a bit. So I'm just going to move this around till I find proper space. Let me move it up a bit, and yeah, I think I'm pleased with this. This is fine. So we're done with this slide. Let's look at it in the presentation view. Yeah, we're done with this. Let's move on to the next slide. So I'm just going to go ahead and create a new slide. Let's start with some shapes. I'm going to start with a right triangle, and I'm just going to click to insert. I'm going to change the height to 9 and the width to 5.3. Go to outline and set it to no outline. Change the fill to that green color, and now go to rotate and flip vertical. I'm going to move this so that's on this corner. Let's go to shapes once more, and once again let's go to this flow chart, and we're going to insert one here. So let's rotate this first, and then we're going to flip horizontal, no outline, change the fill to that green color. So what we're going to do now is increase this till it's showing width, because we've rotated it. Is going to be the entirety, that's the entire height of our slide. So the height is going to be 16.75, and I'm going to move this over here. Now once again, let's go to edit points, and we're going to edit the points. These points, bring it to around where your mouse will be, around 11, like this, and we have this. I'm going to click on escape. Let's insert our image. I'm going to go to my images, I'm going to bring in this image. The width is going to be 10.3, and let's bring it around, let's say here. Let's go ahead and insert our text. I'm just going to go to insert text box. I'm going to grab the title for this, which is just product number 1, and I'm just going to paste it. Select the text box, change the font to Sitka heading semi-bold, size is going to be 40. Let's increase the width so that we'll have this, and I'm just going to move this till there's equal spacing on the left and right. That's the left for here and here is going to be equal. Once again, go to insert text box, and I'm going to grab the content for this, copy it, and we're going to paste it here. I'm going to select the entire text box, change the font to Sitka display, size is going to be 20. Let's move it here so we can align it, and what we're going to do is make it a bullet point. Select these 3 items and then press on tab so you move it on so they'll become key points under they'll become bullet points under key features, and we'll just increase it so we have something like this. Let me just move this a little bit. Okay, I'm just going to, I wanted to move it to the top, but it seems like the spacing is already okay, so I'm just going to leave it like that. Let's take a moment to look at it in the slideshow view. Yeah, this is it, and we're done with product 1. Let's move on to product number 2. So create a new slide. Let's start with the image. I'm going to go, this is the image, I'm going to bring it in, move this one to the right. Let's insert a shape. Go to insert, and we're going to go to shapes, and I'm going to pick this flowchart shape we've used before, and I'm going to insert that. So what I'm going to do now is, first of all, I'm going to rotate it this direction so it's like this, and then no outline, change the fill to the green color. So what I'm going to do is extend it till it's on the half mark of this entire frame, and then let it cover the entire height of our slide. Now what we're going to do is go to edit point and move this point so that we are around 12.5, and just look at the ruler, and then let our must be around 12.5 around here. Escape to close that dialog. Select the shape, go to rotate, and then flip vertical, and then we have this. Now go to shapes, and I'm going to pick a rectangle. I'm just going to draw one around here. Remove the outline, change the fill to white. Now let's go and change the dimensions. Height is going to be 16.35. Oops, it's supposed to be 16.35, and the width is going to be 13.6. And I'm going to move it so it's aligned to the center, and let's see, right around here. Let's go on to insert text box, and let's move on to the next one. This is product number 2. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to draw a text box around here, paste, select the entire thing, change the font to Sitka heading semi-bold, size is 40, and I'm going to insert another text box. Let's go to our notes. I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to paste. Select the entire text box, change the font to Sitka display, size is going to be 20. Make everything a bullet point. Select this tree, tab, to make them bullet points under key features, and I'm going to move this here. Let me extend this just a little bit. And you know what, maybe I should have just left it as it was. I'm just going to leave it as it was. I'm just going to select these two and then position them within this rectangle, and that's it. So let's see it in our slideshow view. Yeah, I'm done with product 2. Let's move to the next slide. So go ahead and create a new slide. Let's go to shapes. Let's use a right triangle. I'm just going to draw one here. Change the width to 11.15. Now let's remove the outline. Fill is going to be that green color. Move it to the top of our slide and then extend it till it covers the entire height of our slide. Go back to shapes, rectangle. Let's change the width to 7.6 and let's bring it to the top here. Extend the height so it covers the entirety of our slide. Select no outline. Fill is going to be that green color. Let's grab our image, which is going to be this, and I'm going to bring that image in. Change the width to 12.5 and rotate. We're going to flip horizontal and then bring this image, center it, and then move it all the way here. Now go to insert text box and we're going to just draw one here, and I'm just going to grab my content, which is product number 3, and I'm going to paste that. Let's change this to the font to Sitka heading and size 40. Let's increase the width of this. I'm just going to move this, let's say around here, like that. Go to insert text box and I'm going to grab the contents for this, copy it, and we're going to paste. Now select the entire text box, change this to Sitka display, size is 20. Make the entire thing a bullet point. Select these 3 items, tab, and increase the width of this. So we have something like, let's like this. So each is 2 lines, this is 3. And I'm just going to make sure that the alignment, this text box is aligned to the left of this one, and that's it. Let's see it in the slideshow. Yeah, and there we have that. Next slide. So go to new slide and we're going to start with a shape. So go to shapes, rectangle, and we're just going to have this. Remove the outline, change the fill to that green color. The height is going to be 7.5. For the width, it really doesn't matter. We'll just extend it till around here or even less, or you could just extend it to the entire thing, whichever one you choose. I'm going to select this image and I'm going to bring it in. Now move this image all the way to the right. Let's insert our title. So go to insert text box. We're going to grab our title, which is product number 4. Just going to copy that and we'll just paste this. Select the entire text box, change the font to Sitka heading semi-bold, size is 40, and we'll just leave that for there for now. Now let's go back to insert text box. Let's grab our text, copy this, and now we can go ahead and just paste. Select the entire text box, change the font to Sitka display, size is 20. While this text box is selected, make everything a bullet point, and these first 3 items, select all of it, tab, and then we can extend this till we have let's say something like this. I'm going to select both text boxes, move it a bit, arrange, align left, and yeah, this is it. We're done with slide 4 or slide 7, which is product number 4. That's it in the slideshow. Yeah, this is it. Let's move to the next slide. So new slide, we're going to right click, format background, and for the color of the background we're going to make it this green color. Next, let's insert a shape. Go to shape, and we're going to select the rectangle. The outline is going to be white, and we're going to make the weight 3. For the fill, no fill. Height is going to be 15.75, and I'm going to center it and then move it slightly to the right and just kind of extend it like this. Now let's grab our image, which is this one, and we're just going to bring it in. Now move this to this side, then select crop and extend this till it's on the half mark. Then go to crop, select fill, and then we're going to flip horizontal, click and escape. Now go to insert text box. Let's copy the title for this one, and I'm going to paste it here, which is product number 5. Select the entire text box, and we're going to change this to Sitka heading semi-bold, and size is 40. Let me just move this a bit to the left. Now let's insert another text box, and I'm going to copy the content for number 5, and I'm going to paste. Select the entire thing, change it to Sitka display, and size is going to be 20. Make it a bullet point, select all 3 and tab. Now I'm just going to extend the width of this till, let me see if this will work. Feels a bit tight, so I'm just going to reduce the width. So I'm just going to bring this in and just try my best to fit everything in place. Let me move this to align to the left of this one, so it's a bit tight, but it's going to work. And that's it. So that's it in the slideshow view. We're done with this slide. Let's move on to the next slide. So I'm just going to go to a new slide. Let's insert a right triangle, and I'm just going to bring this here. Extend this so it covers the entire height of our slide, and then the width is going to be 7.75. Remove the outline and change the fill to our teal color. Now go to rotate, and we're going to flip vertical. I'm going to use Ctrl and Shift to create another copy, bring it here. I'm just going to zoom out, use this handle, and then rotate it to this other direction, and we'll have this. Now let's grab our image. I'm going to select our image, which is this one. Change the width to 8.9 and bring it to this side here. Now go to insert text box, and we're going to insert our title, which is product number 6, and I'm going to paste it here. Select the entire text box, change the fonts to Sitka heading semi-bold, size is 40. Let me just bring it in a bit. Next, let's go back to insert text box, and we're going to grab our remaining text, copy that, and I'm going to just paste. Select the entire text box, change the font to Sitka display, size is 20. Change the entire thing to a bullet point, and select these first three items, tab, and I'm going to extend the width of this. I'm going to just bring it up here, and I think I can go for equal spacing on the top and the bottom, and that's it. Let's see it in the slideshow view. Yeah, this is it, and we're done with this slide. Let's move to the next slide. So we'll create a new slide, and I'll start with some rectangles. Start with this one, and I'm just going to draw one here. Remove the outline, change the fill to our teal color. The height is going to be 16.5 and the width is going to be 11. And I'm just going to bring this here. Now I'm going to use Control and create another copy. So Control and drag. The width is going to be 14.3. Oh, sorry. The width is supposed to be 14.3. And the height is going to be 1.3. Next, let's insert our image. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab my image, which is this one, and I'm going to bring it in. Change the width to 11, and I'm going to move it here, keeping it at the center, and I'm just going to have it around here. Now go to insert text box. Let's grab our title, which is product 7, and I'm going to copy that, and I'm just going to bring everything here and paste. I'm going to select the text box and change the font to Sitka heading semi-bold, and the size is going to be 40. Now let's grab another text box. So I'm going to go to insert text box, and let's grab our remaining text. I'm going to copy that and just going to paste it here. Select the text box, change the font to Sitka display, and size is going to be 20. Make everything a bullet point. Select these 3 points, tab to make it bullet points under key features. Extend the width till we have something like this. I'm just going to select both text boxes and move them slightly, then arrange, align, and I'm going to align left. I'm going to use my arrow key to just move this up and just kind of figure out a position that I'm comfortable with. And yeah, that's it. Let's see it in the slideshow, and we're done with this slide. Let's now move on to the next slide. So let's go straight to the next slide, and we're going to start with our image. So this is the image for this slide. I'm just going to bring it in. I'm going to change the height to 15, and I'm going to move it to the center and then bring it to this side, let's say around here. Let's go to home, shapes, and I'm going to insert a rectangle over this image like this. Remove the outline, change the fill to our tail color. The height is going to be 16 and the width is going to be 15.5. Now let's center it and move it so that it will have equal spacing on the left and on the right. Now let's go to insert text box. We're going to grab our text, which is product 8. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste it around here. Select the text box, change the font to Sitka heading semi-bold, size is 40. Let me just kind of I'll figure out the final placing. Insert text box, and let's paste in the remaining part of our text. Copy this, and I'm just going to paste my text, and I'm going to change the font to Sitka display and size is 20. I'm going to make this a bullet point. Select these 3 items, tab to make those bullet points under key features, and I'm just going to extend this till I have, let's say, something like this, and I'm just going to move this one. I'm going to bring it up a bit like this, and this one I'm also going to bring it here and then also align it, and that's it. Let's say it's for a moment in the presentation view or in the slideshow view. Yeah, that's it. We're done with this slide. The next slide is going to be our conclusion slide. That's the final slide. So it's going to be a collage of all our images that we use, all our products rather. So I'm going to first bring in this one, and what I'll do is reduce it. So I'll just place this one here, maybe grab the next image, let's say this one, bring it here, and just reduce it, maybe overlap it here and bring it out. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring in all my images and create a collage of it, and then I'll show you what it looks like. And I've brought in all my images, and what I just did is I'm trying to cover the edges because we're going to have our text box in the center. I just kind of brought in my images and then resized them, and I just move things around. Let me bring this downside to cover the entire slide. Now I'm just going to crop it so that everything will fit. So I can just go to picture format. For example, I'll just reduce this one, but I'm going to leave a little bit so that just in case there's any gap, there won't be any white space. Select this one as well, go to crop, and I'm just going to bring this one down so that it fits into our slide. Select this one, I'm going to crop it and reduce this. Let me just move it so that more of the bottle will show. Escape. I'm going to crop this, maybe reduce it on this side and bring this down. This looks fine. Let me just bring this down a bit. I'm going to select this one. I'm going to crop it. Same with this one. Crop. And let's say we can also crop this one also. Let's just leave it. So I'm just going to have this. So it's just a collage of all our products in the final slide. Now let's go to insert shapes. I will just draw a rectangle here. Remove the outline, change the fill to our teal color. The height is going to be 8, and the width is going to be 24.75. Now let's insert our text. Go to insert, and we're going to go to text box. Let's grab our text. It's just thank you for this one, and I'm just going to paste it here, and I'll just change the font to Sitka heading semi bold, and I'm going to change the size to 80, change the alignment to center. Let me move it here, and we're going to insert text box, and let's copy our text, and I'm going to paste it here. Let's select the text box and change this to Sitka display. Size is going to be 24, and make the alignment center and just extend this. Now I'm just going to select these 2 text boxes. I'm going to bring this one much closer, let's say like this. Go to, let's just select this one as well. Go to arrange, align center. Select these 2 group them, and we can also align this two again. Align middle, and if you want to, you can group it to make sure that this box is in the center. While it's there, just go to align center, align, and we'll align middle. That's it. Let's see it briefly in the presentation or the slideshow view. Yeah, this is our final slide. Our final detail is going to be our transition, so I'm just going to scroll back to the first slide, and I'm going to go to transitions, and I'm going to use the reveal transition. Let's reduce the duration to 2, and I'm going to click apply to all, and let's start the slideshow. And we have our first slide, we have the second and the third, and so on and so forth. But yeah, we're done with this video. I always encourage you to change things around, maybe change the colors, change the images, change the fonts, just play around with it. But yeah, with that said, we've come to the end of the video. If you liked it, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.